Shalom Aleichem. Good morning to everyone. It's Erev Shabbos Kodesh. Shabbos Mevorchim Nisan Tavshin Pei. We have a wonderful opportunity to focus on important things now that we're all worldwide, globally, homebound, pretty much. And I remind myself of the story of the Vort with the holy tzaddik Reb Meir'el Premishlan, where he was a Chassidish Rebbe, and at the time he had some opponents who didn't like the whole holach yolich, we say in Hebrew, the whole operation of Chassidim and Rebbes, and the Litvaks at the time, some were very opposed to this style, and they heard that Reb Meir'el, as he was called, would walk up a very steep mountain to go to the Mikva in the freezing cold with ice all over. And they said, this is more Hasidic Babamaises, baloney stories, lies, fables. So they decided, two of these opponents to Hasidus at the time, decided to hide behind a bush and to see the way he goes up and the way he slips down the mountain. He falls flat on his face and he never makes it to the mikveh, and they'll confront him and they'll say, you're a charlatan, you're a fake, you're a liar, you have an obligation to tell all of your people that you aren't no tzaddik, you are no rebbe, and all of that. Anyway, it came the day, and he's walking to the mikveh 5 a.m, going up the steep mountain, and they're hiding behind a bush, and they see him going up, 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 and he's not falling. And they look at each other, they can't believe it. It's a miracle. He is a miracle maker. He is a tzaddik. And he finally goes up, and he goes into the mikveh. When he comes back down, they go to him, they leave their hiding place, and they say, Rebbe, Reb Meir'el, we are sorry. We ask for mechila, for forgiveness. You are a holy person, and we had a vicious attitude towards you, and please forgive us. But then they asked him, Reb Meir'el, how indeed did you not fall down, slip down the ice going up the mountain? It's like impossible for a regular human being to go up without falling down. And he said the famous words that we all need to think about now more than ever before. As men is verbunden oben, fällt man nicht unten. If you're connected above, you don't fall below. If someone is pulling you from the top by a rope and schlepping you up, then you won't fall down the slippery mountain, because you're being pulled from the top. What's the lesson? The lesson is we need to know that we are, as Yidden, top. We are special. We have neshamas, and we are connected. We have to get our mind and heart in sync with the attitude, as man is verbunden, oven, fällt man nicht unten. People are falling. People are scared. That's unten. That's below. That's on earth. Yes, there are issues, and we need to be careful and listen to the Rabbanim and to the rabbis. Agreed. However, remember who you are. And during this time, as I'm thinking about it, when we're quarantined at home or not quarantined, lockdown, whatever, shelter, all the different terms that are being used and you hear about, it's a great opportunity to ask yourself, who am I? Who really am I? And now you could sit together with your family, your children, your boys, your girls, your sons, your daughters, your wife, yourself, your family, and you can come to a place within yourself to recognize that as man is verbunden oben, fällt man nicht unten. No way. It's not. You're not gonna fall. So as we go into the Shabbos Mevorchim Nisan, and we remind ourselves that it's the month of Pesach, and for us Lubavitch Chassidim, it's also the month of Yud Aleph Nisan, the Rebbe's Yom Haledes, and before that on Beis Nissen, it's 100 years of the Yartzeit of the Rebbe Rashab, passed away in 1920. So we understand the importance of all of these messages. The Rebbe Rashab, with his Chassidus, with his Tomchei Tmimim Yeshiva, Lubavitch Yeshiva, the Rebbe with his positive attitude towards all issues. Have you asked yourself the question, what would the Rebbe do if he was physically alive now? What would he say about this whole issue with coronavirus? And if you haven't asked yourself the question, it behooves you to do so. And I think it's very simple. The Rebbe would say, add in positive Torah mitzvahs and good deeds. The Rebbe's general approach was asay tov. Sure, do good. Do more positive. Sure, in order to get to the house, you need a clear pathway, and you need to get rid of the schmutz, and you need to, be clean. No question about it. Wash your hands, sanitize your hands, etc., etc. But the emphasis is asay tov. Do good. More good. May Hashem help that each and every one of us truly think about as mis verbunden, eben falt bin it unten, and we should leave such a life starting now, Erev Shabbos Kodesh, and we'll go into Nissen. We still have a whole week of Adar, of Marab B'Simcha, with a Simcha, and not a depression, and not an anxiety, but a Simcha, and to understand that the Eibishter, like what the Mabul came out, the Rebbe says in Torah, it was a cleansing, right? What? The Eibishter needed to cleanse the world. For some reason, the Eibishter needs to cleanse the world now. We're going through a cleansing. Now, you can look at a cleansing in a negative way or a positive way. In a negative way, we can't do this, we can't do that. In a positive way, you understand that in order to do much more, you need to sometimes clean up. Pesach's coming, you got to clean your house. You want to have the gewaltigkeit, the warmth, the richness, the opportunities of Pesach. Prepare, clean your house. And at times the Paschal sacrifice, they took 4 days to prepare. So now is the time of a cleansing. The world's being cleansed. Why? No one knows. But the Alter Rebbe says in Torah regarding the Mabul by Noach that it was a cleansing, it was a tahara, it was like a mikveh. We're going through a mikveh now. But Meir'el, everyone should understand that they could look at a mikveh as a problem, or you could look at a mikveh as the greatest opportunity for birth and fulfillment and growth. L'chaim, we should go with Shabbos Mevorchim, with a simcha, with a l'chaim, with a fabrengen, and Hashem should help that we should all be standing Yerushalayim and HaKodesh to bring the Pesach, b'mheinu yomeinu mamish.